I want you to understand you're not always going to love what you need to do. Focus. When you 10x your discipline in every area of your life, you will attract better and bigger things. Don't walk into the room shrinking. You walk into the room being proud of yourself, knowing how hard you work day in and day out. And that requires discipline. Hello, my beautiful people. In today's video, we are going to be talking about how to build discipline with 5-minute habits when you are low in motivation. I'm sure you've watched many videos on how to be disciplined in 2026 and make this your year. All right, enough is enough. You've heard it before, discipline over motivation. If you're waiting to be motivated or if you're waiting on a motivation, you're already losing. This year, let it be that in 2026, you become your most disciplined self. If you had to choose a word for the year, like mine is courage, I need you to stand on business and choose discipline, because discipline is what is going to allow you to elevate your life. It's going to provide you with bigger and better opportunities and experiences. Discipline, not motivation. Because even when your favorite creators or successful individuals or CEOs don't feel like showing up, don't feel like doing what they need to, they do it anyways. They find a way, they get it done. And even if it's not 80%, 90%, 100%, they still somehow get it done. And that is exactly what you need to start doing. I'm also going to share with you guys many examples that I've used in my own life on top of these 5-minute habits. We have 5 different categories. But a lot of examples in my own life, especially with competing. I've been in the fitness industry for so many years. And so I want to share with you guys, because I know a lot of people struggle when it comes to nutrition, when it comes to building the physique of their dreams, and how do I stay motivated or disciplined and stay in shape all year. So, which has honestly allowed me to be disciplined in every or many areas of my life. If you are new to meeting me for the first time, welcome. My name is Shanice. I am a certified personal trainer, certified nutritionist, and a Bikini Pro Olympian bodybuilder. And for all my lovely people returning, welcome back. Let me know how you guys are enjoying the challenge so far. Many people are going to have these common excuses in 2026, just like we've had in the past previous years. You're feeling tired, especially after work, but somehow you still have Netflix energy. Many people want to change their life, but not change their habits. Many people enter every new year writing down goals, but never sticking to them with action. Most commonly, many of us start a new task or a new venture toward their goal for about 3 days or a week. And then when we don't see progress, we end up falling short and quitting. Discipline is not emotional, it's structural. I want you to write down 2 things to remember on your journey to building discipline. You want to focus on keeping tiny promises to yourself. Over time, this is going to build self-trust and confidence. The more you show yourself and ingrain into your mind that you can rely on yourself, you will consistently improve on your discipline. And number 2, I want you to start implementing 5-minute habits. You can't fail at 5-minute habits. Now let's get into a few examples of 5-minute habits, and I have categories for y'all. So let's start with health, wellness, and energy. I'm sure many of you guys have health and wellness goals that you want to accomplish this year. A lot of people want to get into their dream body. You want to be eating well. You want to be a healthier version of you. You want to have less problems when you go to the doctor. You just want to feel amazing in your body. Okay, here are some 5-minute habits. You can do 5 minutes of crunching and include some stretching. Very simple. You can walk outside or pace indoors for 5 minutes. You can prepare and drink full cups of water in 5 minutes. You can even make breakfast in 5 minutes. You just want to make sure in this category of health and wellness and energy that throughout your day, you have quick habits that align with who you want to become. So, for example, for myself, first thing in the morning, my health and wellness and energy habit is movement. And that usually takes me about 20 to 30 minutes. Also, another habit I do in the morning is going to be having my water, lemon juice, and glutamine. And throughout the day, making sure that I fill up my water bottle and I drink it. And it takes less than 5 minutes and it adds to my overall health and my well being. Also, I meal prep 2 times a week. And yes, during the 2 times a week, that's the longer duration, about 1 hour to an hour and a half. However, once my food is already made, it takes me less than 5 minutes to take the food out of the fridge and then put it onto a plate. And then I have a 5 minute meal I can eat. There's no reason why you should be starving or ordering takeout or overindulging or eating your snacks before your whole foods. Priorities need to be in place, babe. Your priorities need to align with your discipline. Okay. Discipline needs to align with your priorities, not your emotional state priorities, because you will always choose your emotional state over your priorities. And a lot of people's priorities go out the window. I want you to write down all of these categories. So the first one we just covered was health, wellness, and energy. I want you to write out about 3 to 5 simple, quick habits that you can do or implement throughout your week or within the day, whether it's filling up a 1 liter water bottle. Okay, great. Drinking it. Perfect. That's one easy task that's going to add to your overall health. How about doing some crunches or a plank or some push ups and stretching? Maybe 2 to 3 times a week for 5 minutes. And remember, we have to actually schedule these in until they are ingrained into your routine, into your rhythm and your flow, until they become a little bit more normal. Because usually this is going to feel like tug of war because it's unfamiliar. We are building on habits that your higher self, your dream woman or your dream man is doing. And you need to start embodying what they do. If they are a healthy version that you aspire to become, babe, you need to start implementing these habits, non-negotiable. So, what are your 3 to 5 health, wellness, and energy habits that you want to be incorporating at least one daily and 3 to 5 throughout the week that take about 5 minutes? And then once you find the flow, you start to increase to 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. It's just like, for example, when I started bodybuilding, I didn't enjoy cardio. I did not enjoy cardio. First, my coach had me doing like 2 hours of cardio on top of 1 hour of weight training. Also, before I even had a coach, I was so stubborn. I lived in the gym and I was overtraining, didn't see any results. Okay. I was in the gym for over 2 hours and I didn't see any results. I got a coach. He had me doing all this cardio on top of me already being in the gym. I just grew to not enjoy cardio. So in my off season, I would gain so much more weight. I would step on stage at about 122, 127 pounds, roughly in between the two. And I would say about 4 years went by and I would do this on season bulking, gaining, losing, and my hormones would fluctuate and I would have so much inflammation and water weight. And it was just so unhealthy for my body. A lot of you guys don't even have to be a bodybuilder to be unhealthy or just as unhealthy or worse than a bodybuilder, okay? Based on what you're eating during your off season or in your current lifestyle. I watched my father have a stroke and that changed my life. I looked at how we deal with stress and manage stress and how we train our heart pace and our lungs and our health. and not spending so much time in the gym, but rather enjoying the movements, enjoying outdoors and different activities, and not just only doing one mundane thing of going for the gym for weight training. And so I built up the habit of cardio. I want you to understand you're not always going to love what you need to do. I know that cardio is necessary beyond how it shapes my body. It's so necessary for your heart health, for your cardiovascular health, overall health. All right. And you're not always going to love when you first start out trying something new. But with momentum and consistency and continuously showing up, I knew that I had to do the cardio if I wanted to get on stage. And eventually, I had to fall in love with it and try out different methods and techniques when it came to cardio. There's not just one way of doing things. It's just like if you don't enjoy meal prepping, you can hire a meal prep service that can do the cooking for you, or at least cook most or half of your meals. That way, you don't have to worry about cooking, but you have something that is contributing to your health and your goals. So you need to find what works for you and stop making excuses. Clean up your environments and make these habits easier for you to do and commit to, especially when you're learning how to love them, learning how to be consistent with them, learning how to be disciplined with them. And keep your eyes on the target, keep your eyes on where you want to go. You're not going to become a professional bodybuilder overnight. I didn't become a professional bodybuilder or a fitness coach or YouTuber overnight. Give yourself time to learn and grow and try new things and explore and embrace the season that you're in of just taking it slow and taking things in and learning about yourself. I've had many books that I've just written down my workouts and written down what I've eaten and what I've done and how this got me in shape and this and that. And on top of what I've learned in school, I'm able to use all of my knowledge, trial and error, to help my clients and to help you guys based on 11 years of experience. If you don't start now, you're not going to have any experience. So start now. Category is going to be focus and productivity. I want you to write down the single most important task for the day and only focus on that task. So if it's you need to make sure you go to the gym, that is the task for the day. Get it done and then you can move on to something else. Another one we can add here is clearing the top of your desk or your digital workspace. Overall, clean up your environment, especially when you're looking to get locked in and focused. No one can work or have your brain come alive when your environment is messy and you're just thinking about, oh, I gotta put that away. I'm stumbling over this and that. It should be a non-negotiable in 2026 that your space is always organized, that you clean up after yourself so that you are constantly in a productive mood. And my last example here is setting a 5-minute timer to do your hardest task first. Stop when the timer ends. Take a break, take a breather, have some water, walk around, grab a meal, and then come back to it or move on. For our category for focus and productivity, I want you to write out 3 to 5 habits that you can start to implement daily or weekly. Me, when it comes to focus and productivity, I like to go through my schedule and schedule things and time block my schedule. And that takes me roughly about 5 to 10 minutes, but it saves me time daily because I already know what's going on. And it helps me to stay focused because I get an alert saying, okay, this starts in a half an hour. This meeting starts here. This is when I'm supposed to be doing my cardio. I just like a little bit of structure, okay? It doesn't always go as planned. Sometimes things get pushed later. Sometimes things start earlier, but it's in order for what needs to get done. Work on your schedule and also writing out your priority list, your highest to your least priority, and then work your way down. Other thing when it comes to focus and productivity is having a clean environment, cleaning up after myself. If I see that I have to put away laundry or if I have to do laundry, I do it immediately. It usually takes about 5 minutes, and I don't mind doing laundry. I don't mind cleaning. I tend to clean up after myself throughout the day and at night in the evening so that I don't have to do it in the morning. And typically, if the kitchen is organized in the night, we have our clothes prepped for tomorrow, we have meal prepped for tomorrow, then our space is truly not chaotic until it's time to meal prep or put away laundry. And so every day should not look or feel flustered for you. You really need systems in place to make sure, oh, look at the sun coming out. You need systems in place to make sure you're cleaning up after yourself. You have a routine. Also, I have designated days where this is when I do certain things. So I do my laundry on a Sunday. I meal prep on a Sunday. I do not go to the grocery store during the weekends at all. I go to the grocery store on a Wednesday, once a week. And even if I need to go to 2 different grocery stores, I'm gonna go once for that week on the same day. I'm not driving around. I'm not wasting my time. I have a list. I know what I'm gonna go and get. If there's a one-off, it happens throughout the year, but it's not something that happens often. I make sure that I know if I want to bake some cookies or some brownies, I got all the ingredients that are sitting in my house, so I don't have to run to the store. Just want to make sure that you have designated days of it. This is when I set aside time to clean my makeup brushes. This is when I make time to call my friends or call my family members, especially if you're extremely busy and you forget to make phone calls. Then you could say, hey, Monday evenings from 6 to 7, I'm gonna schedule in everyone for 20 minutes. And this is how you make time. You have to use your calendar to see your free gaps and just clean up after yourself. Or the last thing here when it comes to focus and productivity is having the least amount of notifications and alerts on your phone. So set aside 5-minute timers. I'm sure there's an app called a 5-minute timer too. I don't know. And you can use a timer to get you in place, okay? Get back into focus. Check your emails for 5 minutes. Check your social media apps for 5 minutes. Maybe you want to buy new outfits. You have 5 minutes. Give yourself timers so that you can focus and move along, especially when you're looking to implement a routine that aligns with your higher self. Our next category is going to be mental clarity. 3 things that you can do within 5 minutes. And my number 1 thing is going to be saying a prayer. How could you not say a prayer? It takes less than 5 minutes. The minute you open your eyes, the first thing you should say is, thank you, God, for waking me up and filling up my lungs. A lot of you guys just wake up and you hate your life and you hate your mornings and you just hate everything. Just ungrateful. Let's start to lead with more gratitude for another day. So it only takes less than 5 minutes to say a prayer. If you did want to build on your spiritual health this year, which I do, it takes 5 minutes to read a Bible scripture, to highlight a Bible scripture, even do your devotionals within the Bible app or the devotional books. It takes less than 5 minutes. It could even take 10 minutes, and that's not a lot of time. 5 minutes does add up. How about 5 minutes of deep breathing? Sitting there and just sitting in your emotions, assessing what you need, what's going on, crying it out or breathing it out. This is going to allow you to just feel your feels, but also calm your nervous system, which you could also add in meditation. Maybe your home is noisy. Maybe your children can be a handful. Okay. Maybe you take 2 to 5 minutes in the kitchen or maybe before you pick them up and you're in your car, to just breathe and give yourself a woosah, or just meditate, or just close your eyes and set a 5-minute timer and just relax. Because oftentimes we don't give ourselves even 2 minutes to just stop and have a moment of doing nothing, or just breathing, or closing your eyes. No, we are distracted with our phones, with a text message, or this or that, and we don't have a moment to just sit in solitude for a second. And honestly, 2 to 5 minutes is going to do wonders for you. Lastly, in this category for mental clarity, we could add in writing out a few things that you're grateful for. I know a lot of people are into our gratitude books, gratitude journals. Writing out or verbally saying out loud what you are grateful for, which will honestly change your mental state. So give that a try. I want you to write down 3 to 5 habits that you can do in this category for mental clarity. You just sit, close your eyes, big inhale, big exhale. And then take some time to stretch. Take some time to just sit with yourself, have some water before rushing to cook dinner, before rushing to greet your partner, and just take some time to yourself. You can do this just to calm down your nervous system and your mind from all that you've done all day. We're such givers, and so you also have to give back to yourself. I'm going to sit on the floor. Our next category is going to be personal development. I love the personal development category, so let's talk about it. 3 things that you can do in less than 5 minutes. You can listen to an audiobook for less than 5 minutes. You can read a few pages out of a chapter, and that just gets you going, babe. You don't have to read a full chapter if you don't have time, but you can read about 1 to 7 pages in 5 minutes and highlight. And reading is going to stimulate your brain. Add more knowledge, and wisdom is power, is currency. How about writing down one idea or one lesson that you've learned today or in the week? So I do a lot of writing. Actually, my journal is not around. And I also use my notebook app on my iPhone. I write a lot of my thoughts, especially when it comes to my YouTube topics. Also, listening to a podcast or my videos or other podcasters for 5 minutes while you're driving. These are things that you could just multitask with while you're driving, or you're working out, while you're cooking, meal prepping. And another one for personal growth is for those that want to learn about finances and you want to tap into your financial health this year. It can take you about 5 to 7 minutes to learn one thing per day about investing, about assets, about how you can spend your money, how you can save more with yada yada. You can spend 5 to 7 minutes. It just depends on how you use your time. I want you to write down 3 to 5 habits that you can do within 5 minutes, at least daily or weekly, and stick to that for the next 30 days. Last category here is going to be the environment and order category. 5 things that you can do within 5 minutes. Let's talk about it. Number 1, putting away 5 things that are out of place, especially if you have children or a man, or, women are messy too. Put my laptop away. I can put my purse away. I can put my shoes away and tuck all the shoes in neatly. I can make my bed in 5 minutes or less. Things that we can do in less than 5 minutes that we just choose not to do. Or how do you live in your space? Do you treat your home like a hotel when you first walk into a 5-star hotel and you're like, wow, or you see a 5-star hotel and you're like, oh my goodness, I wish I could have that experience. Why don't you treat your home like a 5-star experience? Why do you need to travel to appreciate something? That's what a lot of people don't understand. You should be able to appreciate your hard work, your hard-earned money in your home, and care for your home. Clean up after yourself. Organize. And you know something? When I met my man, I made it clear that me not like no messy man, and I do not like picking up after people. You are grown enough to see that you can take care of some stuff too. It's really important that you lay the foundation immediately. And if you feel like you've already had them children, ask for help. Teach your children as well to be helpful. My mom, she taught us how to do our laundry at a young age, make rice at a young age. Jamaican food, out the window. I don't know how to make that. But there were certain habits and chores that my mom taught us from a young age, like making the bed, cleaning up after yourself, making sure you wash your underwear in the shower for a woman. Just some habits that take 5 minutes or less that as a woman you should pride yourself in. Like, this is my space, this is my hard-earned money that I use to do this and that. And dating also lay the foundation. Also, and in the topic of cleaning in this category, how about cleaning at least one surface daily, whether it's your desk, if you work from home, cleaning that up, or inside your desk in the drawers, cleaning one drawer per day or per week and start decluttering from there, or in your kitchen cupboards, we can start cleaning things out. Some things are just expired. A lot of people have also tons of processed foods and cereals and things in boxes that have been sitting on your shelf for months, but also sitting on the grocery store shelf that you bought it from for months. Just throw them in the garbage. In 2026, you eat more whole foods and you bake a lot of your treats. Okay, start to just clean things out that no longer serve you. I'm telling you, God has always given you better, but He needs you to let go of what you're holding on to. Another task that can take less than 5 minutes is preparation. Is preparing your clothes, your bag, your water bottles for the next day. This is truly going to set you up. So I want you to come up with 3 to 5 easy tasks that your higher self does daily, weekly. It's just a part of their routine. I want you to remember 2 things. Your brain learns self-belief through repeated wins. And another one, discipline is built through friction. Do it especially when it sucks. Show up. Do it when you're tired, when you're exhausted, when you don't know how, but you just can take the first step. Just do it. Focus. When you 10x your discipline in every area of your life, you will attract better and bigger things. Don't walk into the room shrinking. You walk into the room being proud of yourself, knowing how hard you work day in and day out. And that requires discipline. When you tap into your discipline, you will see that you feel more proud of yourself. So whether it's going to the gym for 10 minutes, that counts. And it's still going to build onto your identity. Reading 1 page per day, it still counts. This is going to switch your self-image. Drinking a glass of water before you sip on coffee. This is going to build on your momentum. I truly hope the 5-minute habit method helps you as you implement these habits to build discipline. Remember, within these 30 days, it's about being intentional and aligned with your higher self. So constantly reflecting on who it is that you're working towards becoming and embodying that person. You're not waiting to become that person. You are going to need to be that person today by 5-minute habits that you do throughout the day in each category. To answer 2 questions for me. 1, what is the smallest habit that you can stick to this week? And number 2, where in your life are you waiting on motivation when you could be building discipline?